Alright, welcome back everybody. Today we're going to talk about EVs. Probably not what most of you are here for, but so EVs, I'll quickly run some graphics over the screen and stuff, but basically to make it easy for some people, is you put 252 into one category and 252 into another category, and that's like each category is a max, can only have 252, right? But in total you can have, we'll calculate this out real quick for viewers. So it's 252 plus 252 plus 6. So you can have a total of 510 EVs, right? So you have to spread that evenly across all your stats. So HP, attack, special attack, defense, special defense, and speed. So what most people usually do is they put 252 into one category and 252 into another category, and then say the 6 rest points go into somewhere else. So for example, people would put 252 EVs into, say, special attack, and then 252 EVs into special defense to make it really bulky and powerful. Then put the remainder 6 EVs into speed. Now, probably the very basic thing to start out with, if you don't know what EVs are, basically each time you defeat a Pokemon, each Pokemon has an EV yield. So that Pokemon that you defeated, depending on what it is, will give you a yield. So, for instance, a Pidgey would give you 1 speed EV each time. Each Pidgey you defeat, it'll give you 1 speed EV. And you won't get the EV points built, you won't get the benefits of the EV points until you level up, and then it'll give you the EVs that you'll get into that category. But each EV that you got during that leveling up process will count. So, yeah, so to break it down, a lot of people, for instance, if you're going into the battle tower, you'll want preferably a lot of speed, because a lot of the opponents in the battle tower or whatnot, they have a lot of status moves and a lot of things that can put you to sleep and confuse you, poison you, and all that random stuff and the luck stuff. So you're always, if you're going to battle tower, you'll want to raise your Pokemon to have 252 in speed, and probably 252 in special attack or attack, depending on what type of Pokemon it is. You should always research the type of Pokemon you have too. For instance, like Tyranitar is like a fairly heavy attacker. Its attack stat is a lot higher than the special attack, so teach it attack moves, not special attack moves. And then for instance, like Typhlosion, he's more of a special attacker, so put the 252 into his special attack rather than attack, because he's going to have a lot higher special attack. But yeah, it's pretty basic, but I feel like there's not a lot of good resources on the internet to tell you these things, and it can be very confusing at first. So for instance, we'll run over a couple examples in field how it would go along. So say I have a Larvitar that I'm trying to level up, right? I'll take it to a specific area. That specific area will probably only have, let's see, let's say Goldings to raise attack, because Goldings raise attack. Goldings are Sea Kings. Right outside of Cerulean City, there's a perfect spot to raise attack. So, say I KO 8 Goldings, and I level up, right? So each of those Goldings would each give me 1 attack EV. So during that level process up, I got 8 EVs of attack. So then you'll see on the stats, likely the attack will have raised higher than any of the other stats because you're only getting attack EVs. It's that simple. So you KO a Pokemon, you get that Pokemon's EVs. A perfect website, if you're confused about a Pokemon's EVs, it's Marilon.com. I'll leave the link on the webpage, and it gives you all the specifics and all the rundown of every Pokemon. And I'll leave another link to, if you're ever curious about a Pokemon stats. It's a real, I think it's called Pokemon.com or whatnot, and I'll tell you exactly what that one's stats are and which ones you'll want to maximize. Finally, there's a thing called power items. So if I get this right, I'll tell you all of them real quick. So there's the power lens. You've got power bracer. You'll have power anklet, power band. These are just all examples. I believe there's 6, so 1 for each, right? So you'll have 1 for HP. You'll have 1 for attack. You'll have 1 for special attack, 1 for defense, and 1 for special defense, and 1 for speed. And based on which power item you equip will raise the yield of the EV point by 4 for each defeated Pokemon you have with that band on. Now it'll half your speed on as long as that power item is equipped. As soon as you take that power item off, that does no longer apply. So that's not a permanent thing. That's only as long as the power item is on, your speed's half. So once you take that power item off and you've reached all your 252 and 252 and 6, it's all done. It doesn't half it permanently. Just remember that. I'll leave the links for you below for the websites, what I found most useful for this information and explaining it. If you were confused like I was, this will really help you along the way. And I hope it does, because when I first was getting into this, I know it's a silly game and whatnot, but it was really hard to figure out. There's not a lot of people who were explaining it correctly. Anyways, this game, I was going against a whole team, and it was just me and 4 randoms. I hope you enjoy the rest of it.
I don't like to associate with non-winners, and yes, non-winners is my way of being polite.